Okay, welcome back to another video, and this time we have something important to talk about. Well, I mean, it's always been important, but I guess now coming into 2024, it's going to be important to talk about this subject in more detail and frequently. I think that's the issue. The red pill. Now, the red pill, it had its rise. I don't really know when, but I know when Destiny started talking about the red pill and everything, like they were already pretty established. They had Fresh&Fit, they had all these other gurus, right? But not all of them have gained the same traction as Fresh&Fit. Now, Fresh&Fit, they're a group, I've never really talked about them, but they're based in Miami. They bring on girls, usually OnlyFans girls, right? Or girls that are perceived to have low IQ, or they're hoes, right? 304s. They bring these girls on, they ask them questions, they get their background, their information, everything, right? But the whole point of the show is to bring red pill ideology and have these girls prove it. Prove why the red pill exists, prove why it's important to be an alpha male in this female-dominated society, quote unquote, right? That's why they bring these girls on, to make them look stupid, to make themselves, the men, look great. It's a whole thing. It's a whole shebang. So I'm here to talk about that essentially. So let's just look at one of their videos. It's a recent video. This one is titled "They Tried Blaming Men for Hookup Culture and It Backfired." So let's just watch it. We'll give our commentary and we'll go from there.
The guys, somebody else blame. Oh yeah, why do you blame the guys for this?
Literally exactly what you said. I feel like men are too quick to judge, and then at least women, like, maybe they'll think it through a little bit and be like, oh, like, maybe not.
Why does that create hookup culture?
Exactly.
Yeah. Remember, the question is, who's more responsible for hookup culture, men or women? So you said
I feel
men.
like men.
Okay. Let me answer that question. Who do I believe personally is more responsible for hookup culture, men or women? If I really had to give an answer, and one that I can back up with, like, whatever, good reasoning, right? I would personally have to say, I think women this day and age are responsible for hookup culture. Now, here's my reasoning why. I believe the internet has allowed women a lot more freedom of choice. I just want to focus on that one aspect. A lot more freedom of choice. When you have, there's studies on this, and I have seen the studies. At least I've seen people reference the studies, and I don't have the exact numbers. However, overall, the generalization of those studies is that when a woman is on, like, let's say Tinder, right? She's going to have more messages, more people going after her, more likes, more whatever currency it is that you have on Tinder, roses, all that. She's going to have more than a guy. Even, let's say, average man, average woman. The average woman will just have more substantially than the average man in terms of messages and options. Now, no one's saying that a woman pursues all those options. No one's saying that at all. However, the availability of choice allows for those who do want to be promiscuous and do whatever they want to do so. As for the average man, or let's say just any man, right? They have less of a chance to be promiscuous unless they are quote unquote handsome or super attractive or have a lot of money, right? Or even have a big. That's my answer to that. Now, Myron and them are going to think the same thing. I'm interested to see what the young lady has to say. I'm curious about her answer and whether I can see her point or not. But I know the red pillars are gonna twist my point and make it worse. So let's see.
Because
Why?
I feel like they might be like super thirsty. And they're like, okay, women are pretty horny, but then maybe they're like, okay, this isn't worth it. But men are like, all right, fuck it, just come over.
But who chooses who has sex though?
Yeah,
You
do.
I would say still men. Oh no, woman then. Okay, I contradict myself.
Stupid.
Then, yeah. I would say, I guess woman, because I do choose at the end of the day.
End of
Yeah.
the day,
But
I know you be choosing.
bro.
shut up.
Like last show. She was like, I want him.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, she that's all yeah, right. All right, what
hot.
about you?
I'll
You
choose.
blamed
Okay.
women or men?
For hookup culture,
Yeah.
I would say men.
Okay, why do you blame the men?
Because niggas ain't shit.
Nah, but going like basically what you even said yourselves earlier, like inherently men are more sexual by nature. So who's gonna hook up more? People who are more sexually promiscuous.
Let me ask you this though. Even though that may be true, who has to say yes first?
We're both saying yes.
No. But who has to initiate first to say yes?
You're actually, to be real, most of the time you're probably approaching a woman, right?
Yeah.
There's not that many women approaching
Well,
you.
When it
woman
comes to the
confirms.
actual act itself in the bedroom, who says yes first?
The woman
We're
has to
both
confirm.
saying you wouldn't even be
You
in a
have to open
woman's
your legs
bedroom.
before I can even enter, right?
But you probably chose the woman, right? She didn't come up to you.
You're missing the point.
Come on, man.
All right. I want to let it play, but I do have to speak on this point. Yes. Fresh is right. It's weird to say that, but Fresh is right. Yes, guys, when they want to find someone, we go up to the woman, we go up to the lady. We're the ones that are introducing ourselves, talking, all that stuff, right? We have to be the first ones usually. And when it comes to sex itself, right? Yeah, mutual consent is 100% necessary. But in this day and age, with the way the social climate is, right, where people are more so going to believe a woman and her account of any misdeeds versus a man's, a woman has to be the one to say, let's do it first. Always has to be the first one. It's always assumed that I'm going to want sex just because I'm a guy. That's just the culture we live in. It's always assumed. If I'm going after a pretty lady and I like her, yeah, sex is always going to be something I care about. Sure. Me personally, I care about all the other stuff as well. The connection, the relationship part, the emotions, all that shit. I care about all of that as well. But sex, yeah. If I'm talking to someone, yeah, I'm going to want to have sex with them. I'm not going to lie about that. But the same can't be said for her. And even if it can, she always has to be the one to say yes. Even if we're in a relationship. I can ask. Of course I can ask. But she has to say yes. You understand? And that's because of the society we live in. It's just, I don't want to say it's proper manners, but because I am the domineering figure, because I'm a man, right? And she is the submissive figure, or the weaker one. Because I am the stronger one, quote unquote, and she's the weaker one, quote unquote. I have to be more submissive than her in order to make it okay. You understand? If I'm ever domineering, or I force her into it, or I'm the one that's like trying to make it happen, then I'm if she wanted to, or she can like report me and all of that, but she would have cause to do so. She would have more reason to do so. So that's something that you have to worry about as a guy this day and age. Let's get back to the video.
Who has to open their legs before
Who
they
gives
enters?
consent?
You are smarter.
The
We
woman.
both are.
Nigga,
The
No,
woman.
but
Whose house are you
Niggas.
going over to, huh?
nigga, if you
Like, we
say
ain't
no,
dragging
it's
you.
grape.
Like, we ain't
So it has to
dragging
be
you.
you, right?
Yeah, who's
so that makes it seem like men have no boundaries.
What?
What?
But they don't.
If it's only up to a woman to consent, y'all didn't consent to? Like, that's
No,
what do you
you're
mean?
missing the point. The point is,
God, I wish
if
it was
we go
that
on a
way.
date, right? Things go well. Even though I might like you, you might like me.
And
if
you
you
probably asked her on the date, right?
But you're missing the point. If you say no to me in bedroom, what's that telling you about me? Without your consent, I can't do anything, right?
But Fresh, she's in the bedroom.
But that would still probably mean that you're more promiscuous by nature because
Yeah, they are.
you're down. You're
I'm
down.
not
All you
saying
need
no.
all you need her to say is
But
yes.
I'm
but
just
you're
saying
down.
for it to happen and actually go down.
But nothing goes down until you say yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's not the question. The question is who initiates the hookup culture? The
Yeah.
guy that's more promiscuous because y'all are down pretty much
But if you
100%
say no,
of the time.
it's no.
But that's not the question.
Let me ask a simpler question. How about this, so that maybe the ladies can come to a conclusion? Do you say yes or no to most of the men that attempt to hit on you?
I say no.
Okay. What about you? Do you say yes or no to most of the men that hit on you?
No, she said
No.
I don't know.
No, I said
said
no.
One time she doesn't know.
Somebody
I
called
said
her
no.
the Black
You say
Jeffrey
no
Dahmer
most of the
sitting next to
time?
you. That
Okay.
was fucking hilarious.
Do you say yes or no to most of the men that hit on you that try to get sex?
I definitely.
Sorry, I just had to quote on that. That was not hilarious. That was so racist. Michael, I actually liked Michael, man. Michael Santorin, I used to like him. But that was very racist. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure I would make jokes like that too, but it's on a national podcast. I don't know. Gray area. Gray area.
Say no.
What about you,
That's cap,
Miss Puerto
man.
Rico?
Respectfully, no.
No. Okay, what about you? Do you say yes or no to most of the men that hit on you?
No.
Okay. What about you?
No.
What about you?
You cap it. She cap it.
So, well, it's most.
Keyword, okay.
So you do realize just by that means that most men are declined by just the ladies here at the panel.
Yeah. Repeat your original question one more time just to make sure I know what you said. You said who initiates hookup culture more? That was the original question.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
So she's saying men.
So men.
Yeah,
So
and
men.
you made the argument that men,
Exactly.
and then your argument is that it's because men are more promiscuous, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Then I followed up and asked all the ladies, do you allow most of the men that hit on you to hit? Most of them said no. Okay? And newsflash, we've asked this question to a bunch of girls. Most girls say no to like 90% plus of the men that go up to them. So even though men are more promiscuous and more horny and want to have sex, that doesn't mean that they get it.
Thank you.
He's just saying ladies are awful. We
That's a good point. And that's, essentially the point I was trying to make. Because women have all these options, they have to say no to a lot more people. That's a fact. And because they're saying no to a lot more people, that's more people that they are getting rejected. More guys getting rejected, right? So, in that sense, that's less guys able to initiate anything because they're the ones that are getting rejected. Because of social media, you have to think about the social media aspect. But even if we put it with like a bar scenario, right? Just because of how our culture is, how people have to, how men have to respect women, which is fine. I'm not complaining about that. But men have to respect women differently in the world versus women have to respect men. Now, I want to elaborate on this point by showing this clip. This is a clip of Neon's girlfriend, Sam. And Neon got pressed by this one guy that was a fan of his, right? Said something along the lines of, you've changed, right? Whatever. She slaps him. And, he's not, the guy is a gentleman. He's not going to do anything. He doesn't hit her back or anything, right? But unprovoked, he's not even talking to her. I guess provoked, but not directly provoked, right? She slaps him. Now, she's fine. Nothing's going to happen to her. Why would anything happen to her, right? Nothing's going to happen. But if he retaliated, boom. His career would be destroyed, right? But Sam's fine. Sam's fine. So but that's what I'm saying, though, right? When you have stuff like that, it's the culture. So what Myron's saying is understandable. The culture is men have to get permission from women first because women are considered the submissive ones, even if they attack, even if they do anything, right? A man is considered the strongest. So a woman can hit you like 30 times, right? In public. But if you sock her once, you're going to jail. Your career is over. You understand? So that's the responsibility of men. I think a better way to say it is that the burden of being a man. But I don't see it as anything negative or positive. It's very neutral. It's just it is what it is. That's how I see it. It got so dark.
full. He's
I'm not saying that.
That's
You came to
why-
that conclusion on your own. I didn't say that.
That's why.
I think it was complicated.
What I am saying, I like that you use
How
logic there,
dare you.
but what I am saying is that women control sex.
Yeah, most hookups.
So
Yeah.
yes, women control sex. Men cannot have sex unless women allow them to. Otherwise, it's a crime.
Yes,
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that because you're making the argument, men are more promiscuous, so therefore they're
That was
having
the
more sex.
question.
I'm arguing it doesn't matter how promiscuous men are because because most men can't get sex.
That's why hookup culture is bullshit.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as hookup
It's
culture. There's
hookup culture for women.
There's hookup culture for women and top tier guys.
Bam.
That's it.
AKA close your legs.
And I'm sick to death of hearing this bullshit.
Close
Every
your
time
legs.
time you put the word culture after anything, you make the word that came before it endemic. And it's
There you
like,
go.
oh, this is going on. And
So
I'll tell you
true.
the thing that gets women love to pile on when it comes to hookup culture. The hookup culture. The only people they're hooking up with are guys who are like the top tier guys.
Yep.
So really, what the internet has done, or what social media has done, is it's made the top tier guys they're at a level that no one else can match. So if there is anything that even resembles hookup culture, it's women who want to get with the top tier.
What percentage of men do you think?
I would have to kind of disagree here. This is Rolo, the modern man, but I would have to disagree with him here. I think women would like to hook up with the top tier guys. Like, I think also guys would like to hook up with the top tier women. I wouldn't say that it's, first of all, I would say it's a culture. I would definitely say it's a culture because it's a social norm at this point. I would say he may say it's bullshit. He may not like it, but it's what I would say previously. It's the burden of man. It's our burden. It's what we have to do in this culture. It's what the laws and the social norms and how people perceive situations when it comes to men and women, especially in when it comes to domestic abuse and all that. Women are always going to be favored. As a man, it's your responsibility to make sure that you check all your boxes, you respect your partner in all senses of the word, and you just don't hurt her. You can't help everything else, but that's how it is. That's what it should be. As the stronger one that's supposed to protect, as a protector, no? So it's not bullshit. I don't think it's bullshit at all. I think it's just part of the life, something we got to do, and I don't see why he's complaining personally. He's complaining because he just, I don't even know. He's married. Like, oh, why are you complaining, my guy?
I think get no sex at all, like in a year. What percentage do you think?
Good.
And then his other point, he said that, well, I kind of talked about it, but there's a lot of people I see in relationships, people that aren't high tier, people who are mid and low, right? I see a lot of people just in relationships. Maybe it's because of where I work and just what I'm seeing, but I just see a lot of people in relationships. So I disagree with that. They may want to be with the high tier, like I was saying, but I see people of all tiers, all classes, all backgrounds together. So
Question. We should go around the table on this one too.
Yeah.
Let's have her answer
What
first.
percentage?
Yeah.
What percentage of men get no sex at all, like in a year?
Honestly, I wouldn't be able to gauge that question with a true answer because I don't really.
Just give
know.
an estimate.
Ballpark.
Give an estimate.
For your opinion.
Out of 100% of men, what percentage do you think are struggling to get girls that can't do it?
probably 10%.
Incels.
Yeah, probably a solid 10%. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, they want to have sex, and no one will have sex with
Oh,
them.
that's easy, Jerice.
Yeah.
Don't think hard on
One
that.
out of 10.
Yeah, yeah.
And he
That's
just,
I'm about to come to you next. You better not say I don't know.
probably.
I mean,
When we come to her last, and she can hear what the
Yeah.
other people
yeah,
have to say.
I don't really
What do you
have
think,
insight.
Miss? I don't know. I
it's
hope you
men
don't.
in prison. You gave it away. You said cells.
No, insult. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
She wins.
Oh my god! Hey, bro, she said she thought you said incels. Yo, she thought you said incel in jail cell.
Right? That's what he said.
Yo, whatever your
not
clips
wrong.
people
She's
are,
not
that
wrong.
shit stopped.
Does
That
that not
happened.
make sense?
That was a fucking moment right there. And she literally said they were incels.
It's a stream, bro.
Involuntary.
Wow.
That's,
You're going home.
that's what y'all make it seem
Shout
like.
out to Mushi Mushi. Let's fucking go, guys. What is going on?
That is crazy, bro.
Voluntarily celibate.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the end of that. God, it's so dark. Maybe you don't see it because I'm working on my editing. But that's it. That's the end of that. I just wanted to make some commentary. Ultimately, I do agree with them. Men are not responsible for hookup culture because of how the world is currently, at least in the US, and I give you my points. That's it. That's all I got. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for joining. And this is please subscribe, like and subscribe. And this is Tsunami shining out. Peace.